Hello everyone! We have just defeated Ariel, and now we will use her city to produce swordsmen or bowmen. She can produce the city can produce bowmen in 2 turns or swordsmen in 1 turn. So let's do that. Let's do more swordsmen. A very simple but effective force, designed mostly to absorb the slings and arrows meant for my Gorgons. Then my Gorgons can successfully get to close range and blammo, a bunch of petrified opponents. There's still a lot of Ariel's forces moving about. If they reclaim some of our cities, that will be just fine. That's just casualties of war, collateral damage. You probably should build a builder's hall. And I'll buy one here. And there. That spent most of my money. I've got a lot of mana crystals as well. Perhaps I could afford to have another set of Gorgons. That would be awfully nice. Let's do that. If I have to constantly convert cash to mana, then so be it. I'll sit on 3 food just in case one of my cities unexpectedly gets conquered by foreign militaries. Although I'd only lose 1 food by losing these cities. So yeah, maybe just a 1 food surplus would be technically most efficient. Unless 2 cities get taken at the same turn. Let's not take any chances. Builder's Hall. And a granary. To obtain all the food I possibly can, in order to build the largest military I can, to continue steamrolling through my opposing forces. I'm surprised they're not attacking that city. They could easily win, I believe. Except for the threat of my spells, which my spells do add to my military a small amount, but not nearly as much as Ariel and her spells did. Or not as nearly as much as any typical wizard had. But of course, her wizard, or their wizard, is not around, so I am at the advantage in that way. I do want to stomp that large stack before Ariel comes back. It would be fun to take some of those neutral towns as well. What are the defenses of this town? Not a lot. Let's take that town first. And we need more food because we have produced more soldiers. And we will continue to do that, so... a little worried about my Gorgons being wounded, but I have a lot of friendly soldiers, so I think this will be alright. Giant strength. Guess I'm going to try to attack most of the troops with my Gorgons. The least resistant, of course. I attack the least resistant troops. That's what I should be doing. And the most resistant will be killed by my swordsman, hopefully. Or at least wounded by me. For example, this hero should be killed by my troops, because he has 9 resistance. Or at least wounded by my troops. We'll finish him off with the Gorgons. That hurt slightly. Darn, Phantom Warriors. I probably should have had my soldiers fight the Phantom Warriors, because the illusionary, they're very much glass cannons. They look like glass cannons, and they very much are. Well, glass soldiers. They're all attack. They can completely armor pierce. They're very... Glass cannons is very appropriate for them, I would say. So that's what I'm going to call them. The illusionary soldiers are basically glass soldiers. They armor pierce, and they've got no defense. Alright, convert all that to gold. More money production here. Or produce more swordsmen would also be a good idea. Yeah, we need all the troops we can get, especially after all those casualties. We have a food surplus now. Gorgons are on the way. We are producing troops every turn from that town. Perhaps I can put a little bit more spell power into research. Oops, I did not mean to end that soldier's turn. More food for us. Very good. This town is quite threatened. Quite heavily threatened. Let's build a larger military there. More military technology. Let's work our way up to stag beetles or something lovely like that. So that sounds very good. Let's kill those spearmen already. Control that town, recover your health. Giant army waiting outside. Disjunction junction. The fabric of magic has been torn asunder, destroying all overland enchantments. They have celebratory music for that one. Mecca. I'm not sure this should be a name for a city in this game. I think I should change this. At least, maybe add the word new to that. I am very uncomfortable with this name. Mecca. Really? Well, I mean, you better protect that city, because, well, all right. You know, the game. Hey, everyone, the game suggested it, not me. I'll treat it very well. I'll just you know, I'll be very nice about it. It's, maybe I should call it New Mecca, as I said. Or did I do that? I was thinking it. That's Mecca and New Mecca. Mecca 2. Robo Mecca. Wow, that spearman kicked the crap out of my guys. I was too busy thinking about Mecca. That's embarrassing. The difference experience makes. I should mobilize my forces. But I'll do that next turn, apparently. Because they can heal a little bit on the way while moving. I'm gonna get halberdiers if I get an armory. But I may not have time for that, so let's buy some swordsmen first. Well, I think those spearmen are still wounded. This may be wasting good soldiers after bad, but... Wolf Riders do not have good resistance. Oh no, my men have been consumed by wolves. However, these wolves have been consumed by cows. Please do not put holes into my cows. They are flying, and they do not like to be punctured. Okay. Rex Call. Let's get that summoning circle. That is an essential spell for aggressive tactics. Aggressive summoning. Where are we talking about? We got a granary here. I would also then like a smithy to get a marketplace and eventually then a farmer's market. I could buy that for 160. Why don't I do that? Why don't I just do that? And you can produce food for one turn. They are barbarian spearmen, which means they could potentially throw things at me. My cows could get hurt because do throwing weapons come after breath and throw attacks. They could throw and hit us with 2 axes before we gaze them. Nope, they missed with their axes. That's good. I didn't want to get my cows injured by thrown weaponry. Okay, hopefully, theoretically, they're still injured. Aha, you are still injured. You can't possibly kill us again, can you? It seems like a waste of mana cast at ×3 just to fight off some spearmen, but we're gonna do it because I don't want to lose that easily. And I'm worried that they gained some experience from last fight. Alright, go, magical stone-skinned men. Congratulations, we've killed 1 unit of spearmen at great cost. Ay, ay, ay. Alrighty. Patrol. And patrol. And then build an armory. How big is that force outside the city? That's a little scary. Build city walls instead. It's a more immediate defensive thing to build. A smithy. Smithy. Alright. Let's move some troops forward. The most experienced people from that town. I am leaving this town a little bit revolting. But that's alright. Do have some 4 squares. Not sure if it's enough to warrant a sawmill, but I probably should get city walls for my main town. Even though my main city is on an island, and paying upkeep for walls for a city that's on an island may not be necessary, I think for your main city, it's worth being a little bit paranoid. And I just allocated to the wrong direction completely. Yeah, I want more food here because I do not expect to lose my main town. So let's make that 0. Put ourselves at 2. That's good. Oops! No, 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 no. I misclicked. Now I have to fight this entire army with just the Gorgons. Oh, well, maybe this is for the best. That worked out. Alright. That was a little scary, actually. Go to all that trouble of getting these troops involved, and then I don't even use them. Well, it's going to take a long time for them to arrive. And my Gorgons had actually healed up by then, so... But we're still going to need all these troops. This giant train of troops. We got a troop train. Gems, iron to gold, silver to mithril. Silver to mithril does sound quite nice. However, disenchanting area sounds more useful for invading. Magic shorts. That actually affects me because I have a mana source. Or at least I thought I had one. Maybe it was taken away from me. I'll have to double check. Oh, you can produce halberds. Lovely. No, I still haven't. Which means I'm probably not going to have the effects of it, which is going to hurt my budget. They have a bunch of swordsmen, and I have a bunch of swordsmen. However, I want to wait for the cows. Cows are essential to my strategy. We cannot invade without cows. That would be insane. Invading a city without flying lizard cattle. The very idea would be very, very daunting. Oops, I actually ended the Gorgon's turn, and I accidentally got some of my swordsmen killed. No. My swordsmen don't even really need to be here for this, considering their resistance is so very weak, so very low. A little bit of combat is going to kill them. Oops. Well, this is going foobar. Oh well, we still won. Suddenly we have a large surplus of food because of casualties. Casualties and conquests. What are we guarded by? A great worm. That is scary. And we are also running very low on mana, and we just summoned a second Gorgon. Uh-oh. I'm a little worried about this. This may have been very ill-advised. That music is very ominous to me now. I can't produce any mana at all. Alright, everyone. We really need to make trade goods, like, big time. I'm not sure if we'll be able to fund this. I only get 16 mana a turn from gold if I produce 30 a turn. So I need to produce 60 gold a turn. Can I produce 60 gold a turn from trade? Bloody mana short. This is not the time for this. Trade goods, everyone. I need the whole kingdom. Although I'm making a lot of exceptions. No, you just started that. So you do trade goods. There are a lot of things I should not have purchased. Get ourselves up to 48. We'll at least be able to stave it off. And if we need to... What about these new cities we conquested? We have junk that we don't need. We don't need a shipyard. I'm not building ships. So why am I paying maintenance on a shipyard? That's ridiculous. Alright. Alright, good. You don't panic, you just... take action. Sawmill is still useful. Oh, how useful in that town? How much lumber do you have? Good enough, I suppose. Armory. Could get rid of that. I hate to say it, but for the sake of Gorgons, we're gonna have to destroy this armory. And you guys do trade goods. Okay. We're gonna make this work. Oh, and there's blue. Let's see if we can conquer that town with the Gorgon. Let's have the Gorgon scout ahead a bit. Just 3 spearmen, actually. We can probably turn some of these troops to the next target then. Which would be this city that used to be Ariel's, but is now owned by Green. Oops, not wait. Oh well, apparently I waited. produce... Oh no, you were producing nothing but food. I'm gonna have to produce a little more food. I would prefer to produce food in a town that isn't as good trading. However, it would be a problem if I lost the city now, because it's producing more food than it has defenders. Oh, and there's one of Ariel's cities that's really close that I forgot about. Let's produce more food at home. Okay. Gunther has made a level in the toilet. And he wants to show everyone. Okay, maybe you go with the garrison, or go with the Gorgon as a garrison. The rest of you move on to the next location. Gorgon, destroy! I don't even need to command you. I'll just do that on auto. 288 gold pieces. Well, that'll finance my Gorgons. And speaking of which, let's convert some of that. Hooray! We have survived the mana short. What's in there? A guardian spirit, you say? Is it just a guardian spirit? It's just a guardian spirit. However, I don't think swordsmen can win against a guardian spirit. They were devoured by the guardian spirit. However, a Gorgon... Wait, are they immune to stoning? Oh, well, I believe a Gorgon can win anyway, so even if it is immune to stoning. Resistance to all. That's incorporeal. Meld with note. I don't think it's immune to stoning, but even if it is, we've got 4 figures. It looks intimidating with 10 attack. We've got 7 defense and 4 figures. We won. We won without getting injured. We got 50 bucks, which is good. You patrol the city. You move on with the war party. That town has a temple, so it won't have unrest, despite its low amount of guards, which is good. Although, it is a little bit worrisome if it gets attacked. Prepare to die, priests. Maybe I should have waited until I had 4 groups of swordsmen. I should have been doing resistance right from the beginning. Pull back, wounded swordsman. Perhaps they will stop shooting you. Oh, they're out of shots now. That was closer than it should have been. But we won without casualties. Well, without casualties of an entire stack of units. I mean, technically that's no casualties, even though a lot of figurines representing people died. They don't count. I mean, they do in a morality maybe sense, but since this is a game, we're not going to worry about that so much. Anyways. Sprites are a quick thing to stack along. How fast do they move? I think it was 2 flying. 3-mana turn. Yeah, might as well have an army of sprites to soften things up and take shots. So that's a lot of wolf riders and some halberdiers. Before I thought I might not be able to take them, but they don't have the highest resistance, and, well, I've got extra Gorgons, so... This is getting a little painful. That was really close. Yeah, it was probably a good idea I didn't do that at the beginning of the game. However, now I was able to afford the risk. And I ravaged the town pretty heavily. Well, you don't really need an armory either. Rebuild that marketplace. You know, no, I'm not gonna buy it. Oh, I probably should have moved my summoning circle. Yeah, well. 2 spaces. Seems pretty good. More fame for me. They just have spearmen defending that town. And my swordsmen outclass them. So that will be good. As long as I get superior numbers, I can do that without my Gorgons. Let's get some more skill. Even if I have to pay for it, I will buy skill, as it were. Halberds. I would like to have Gorgons present, despite the number of soldiers I have. I have a lot of swordsmen now. probably do some other things with these towns. Like this one, for example, could definitely use a marketplace. They've got a lot of labor in that town. I'll let them build it. You don't even have a granary. I'll buy the granary. Uh-oh. Raiders. One of my towns is going to get raided. Unless they can do something about it. I'll buy that. Just 2 groups of spearmen. Oh, and I'm producing a lot of food from those towns. That could be a major disaster if they were raided. Yeah, I definitely want to buy some more troops from those towns. And I'll buy a granary for this place. Okay. Feel like I've hopefully stabilized that situation. Next turn, I will invade that city. Finally. Do I get a scouting report from that distance? Yeah, that's more well defended than wounded Gorgons want to deal with. Granary, please. Oh, hello, Gorgons. When did you show up? Oh. They have their summoning circle here. Well, you know what? If you want to center your defenses here, that's fine. I'll go invade another city. You win. Oftentimes, I feel like it's better not to butt heads with the AI, and instead just take some of their major cities. Try to find their weak points. I'm blocked by landmarks. Let's take a peek in here. Unicorns. Of all the things. I do not want to mess with unicorns. Unicorns fight dirty. Everyone knows that. I don't have the mana to cast spells. I'll be ruining myself if I did. And also, I'm dangerously low on mana. I need to convert more money into mana. I don't want to lose my precious flying reptile cows. My gorgons. Oh wow. These spearmen are elites, and my swordsmen are not. They may prove to be quite a match for us. Actually, maybe not. Actually, that may have been a bad first roll. In any case, I'm going to do my best not to lose any stacks. By fighting with my most healthy units first. That unit got completely demolished in one attack. In one fell stroke. Oh my! Okay, so this may be a wash. This fight may be a loss. Ouch. At least we'll give them some casualties. And then the next groups of swordsmen that come along will be able to win. We might still be able to win this, actually. Ooh, no, I don't think so. But let's try surrounding him. No, it was a close fight, though. Wow! Never mind! That guy got lucky! I am Rambo! I need to chop them all down. That guy is an expert. 732 gold? Well, that takes care of our mana problems for a while. Throw it in a magical converter. Puff, puff, puff. And, we've got mana. So I guess I'm going to summon some more sprites. And increase my mana cost even more. Why not? It seems my main strategy today... Shipwrights Guild. I just downgraded the other one. I'll get rid of the Shipwrights Guild as well. My main tactic today seems to be to ignore my normal units and just ignore, well, I'm building tons of normal units, but ignore the tech tree, ignore the standard human tech tree, and just tech up with fantastic creatures. The highest level fantastic creatures you can get, and just swarms of normal soldiers for your human units. I like roads. I'll let your engineers build more roads. That's fine. For I am merciful. These wounded warriors can patrol the city. That would be quite appropriate. I am making a lot more food than I need. Let's hold on to our cash. Marketplace, very good. Farmer's market. I'll let them build that on their own. Oh no. They're going for that town. You clever raiders. I'll have to deal with that. Oh, -1 food. I allocated too much. Some units piggybacking with my sprites, which is not efficient. Producing more sprites. This town should not be producing much food because we may lose it very soon. And it should build spearmen instead of settlers because... or instead of a smithy because... we may not have it for very long. Food deficit. That'll take care of it. And we'll buy your marketplace, because you're producing a lot of food. And we'll buy your granary, because we need more food. Okay. That will do, hopefully. At least now when I lose food, I don't end up with a bunch of, disbanded hammer hands. The only thing it's going to disband is swordsmen, and they each cost... or they're all equal, so... at least I won't have a sudden tragedy. It might disband some of my more experienced swordsmen, but that's not like the tragedy of having some super elite or ultra elite hammer hands. It's nothing like that kind of tragedy where some ultra elite hammer hands get disbanded when you just are at a deficit of 1 food for a turn unexpectedly. So fortunately, I can take a lot more risks with food. More sprites. That I'm mostly summoning because they summon very quickly, and I'm trying to rush a bit here. They summon quickly and they also move quickly. Some quick flyers that can also... no! But if you move them on the same square, then they get their movement absorbed by the slow swordsman. And also I could have used the city to move faster like that. I made some mistakes there. Not that the movement system is a bit finicky in this game. So 2 spearmen versus 1 spearman. 1 group of spearmen. I won't have the time to produce another one. I could produce even more sprites. I might as well. I don't want to produce something larger, otherwise the upkeep could get too crazy. Marketplace, farmer's market. Nah, it's too expensive. Oh, and I don't really need the stables at that town because I'm not using it. Wait, was it that town? Which town was that? I've lost track of what town it was. It wasn't that town. It wasn't that town. Oh, it was that town, right. Yeah, you don't need Samuels. The one that the gargoyles took while they're... Gargoyles, the Gorgons took when they were flying over. Alright, ungroup sprites so you can catch up to your friends. Lots of troops running around. The raiders do not want to commit. Once they see resistance, they're easily dissuaded. So you're producing... You've got 3 defenders, so I guess 4 food. You've only got 1 defender. Be producing another one in 1 turn. Scout ahead. And also, we need to do more Earth lore to understand more about our opponents. So let's get the screen in the right position. Alright, completely black. Oh, we're still summoning sprites. Right, as soon as we're done with that. Rajak casts awareness. We have a city wall. That is good. That is important. Let's get a shrine because we have unrest. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We are producing a lot of food here at home. I might want to buy that. Armory, very good. Produce some helmets. Sprites. Off you go, sprites. Okay, this is gonna get a little tricky. Passing through the city. We have to do it in chunks because... And now there's no more room here. Well, one of you can go through the city. Because the maximum number of units in a square is that many, so it's too crowded. We've got too many troops. We're getting bottlenecked at this junction. I'm surprised this town has not been taken over by wandering mutants. Yes, wandering mutants. Or roving bandits. Was what I generally meant to say. It was generally more a bit normal. A bit more standard. Food is low. We are making good cash. I'm going to produce more food at my home and buy a shrine. And if I lose my home, I'm going to lose a lot. I'm basically going to lose everything. I'm going to lose my magical creatures and my mundane creatures, but that's fine. Might be a good reason to build an extra group of swordsmen at my home, though. Just in case bandits come and just... a large group of bandits could lose me the game at this point, but other than that, things are going really well. So I think I'll do something about that. That's a little concerning, I might say. Halberds, swordsmen, cavalry. let's gather up some forces before we invade that place. $21 mana a turn I'm eating up. I can eat up a bit more than that. Earthlore! I decided to leave a little strip here blank, because I basically know it's there. And nothing too major. Just a few... That's interesting. Oh, because, yeah, that was a previous Earthlore that I used. Just a few blue cities. So it looks like the blue might be invading from the other plane, potentially. Converts gold to power. That's very nice of her to improve the terrain at my future city. I appreciate this very much. That means that that city will be far more prosperous whenever I have it. Sorry, Ariel. It's just, you're in the way. I'm all for you having more cities that I can take from you later. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not sorry. I'm still angry at you for cheating. I hate you that much. 2 Gorgons. I could add the sprites, but I have to wait another turn. Freya's unhappy music. Just imagine her being very pally. City has turned into a bunch of statues because they were breathed on by flying lizard cows. Just imagine how terrible it would be to be breathed upon by a flying lizard cow. I mean, you turn into a statue too, probably. Oh, enough with the spearmen. We get it already. Why don't you build your smithy? That's right, you were going to build a smithy. That's right, this is a town I took over. It's like, why does it have a barracks and a temple already? This town's really small for a temple. It wasn't. But now it is. Also, I forgot to manage my new city. But oh well. So, farmer's market? Or seeing that there's some troops outside, maybe some swordsmen? Now, where were those flying... It looked like possibly... It was demons, wasn't it? Or was it gargoyles? I saw some flying enemy units, and I'm going into cities at random. There they are. Yep, those are demons. I know demons when I see them. Demons coming to ravage the Tiegon women. Because almost all the ants are female. I'm not sure how the Tiegon work. Do they still have like a queen, or are they doing like the more normal methods of reproduction? Do not know. Do not care. Only a passing interest. Do not... I don't know, and I don't think I want to know. That's more the answer. That is a large invasion force. I don't think it'll be done in time if I buy the halberds, but heck with it, we're gonna try it anyways. And I guess I could get my sprites involved. That could be getting my sprites killed, but it's worth it to try to protect the city. And onward to Freya's capital, which is merely defended by a bunch of halberds and bards and things. They used to have Gorgons defending this, but now they don't, and now I'm the one with the Gorgons. Well, this puts the shoe on the other foot completely. Let's move the summoning circle on over, and see what damage we can cause. Looks like they're about to take that city. Would be a shame. But it would be a shame to turn around. I'm prepared to lose that city. We're talking one group of spearmen. Here, you sprites defend that city. And then we're gonna try... Although I could get blasted by various spells. Should I wait for the swordsmen to arrive? They are on their way. And I do have a lot of swordsmen coming. Oh good, they didn't invade. Alright, well now we have halberds to defend the town. Maybe the sprites dissuaded them. Oh no, they got sprites, they're annoying. I hope the demons don't eat my sprites. That would be uncomfortable to watch. So do I invade with Gorgons now, or do I wait? They've got a lot of halberds, and they could use a lot of spells. I think I'm gonna wait, actually. I'm worried about these raiders, so I'm gonna chase them down. Yeah, keep building more troops for my home. Now that I've seen demons flying around, I'm quite worried about my home. Bloody traffic jam. And that unit's full. I don't want to tango with swordsmen. They could potentially defeat us with their shields and everything. And I don't want to distract these troops here, so I'm just going to keep moving forward. Fair amount of troops here. We can take them. Starting to run low on cash. Well, I am producing 105 a turn now. So, actually, no, I'm not. Forget I said that. We can probably afford to produce some more sprites. Just the demons. We're just a bunch of demons, just walking amongst us. Ignore them. They won't hurt you if you don't hurt them. Probably. They're just as afraid of you as you are of them. Not even close. Bjorn. I am Bjorn, the dwarf. Bjorn makes me think of a Icelandic name. Or is that more of a Viking name? I'm not quite sure. Bjorn. Hello, I am Bjorn. Bjorn has a lot of resistance. I am a little bit afraid of him. Or my Gorgons are. So we'll snack on him last, shall we? Sounds like a good idea. Also, is that the defense? Is resistance the defense against magical attacks? Or is range magical attacks going against... I think I'm going against his 5 shield there. However, I'm not 100% certain. In any case, I'm the blacksmith. My sprites, no! They were easily victimized by archers, but at least my my Gorgons were getting punctured by that, so... There's still value to bringing. However, they aren't much tougher than swordsmen. In fact, they are less tough than swordsmen because the swordsmen have more figures and shields. So... yeah, it's good that I brought tons of swordsmen. They are a very good combination with your glass cannon type troops. So 9 defense, or 9 resistance. A little bit scary. Alright, the dwarf is all that's left. Looks like the Gorgons did a little. Yep, they didn't finish him off and they got wounded a little. But it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. I think even demons are afraid of a full stack of troops. Where'd the bandits go? They disappeared. That's quite surprising. Oh, hello there. Oh, right. Auto battle will not. I have to move my troops out first before I chase them down. That's more like it. That's a lot of money for 2 high priests. I'm gonna say no. Running very low on mana. Convert. Might as well get rid of these swordsmen as well. And one of you guys can get rid of this, these settlers, because I don't want them to cause trouble. For example, if I was to leave that city undefended, although I don't imagine, or can't imagine I would, but if I did, I wouldn't want settlers moving in and taking it over. That would just be embarrassing. Also, are you going to build a road outside my city or not? Because, yeah, I think I'm just going to kill you. Sitting outside my city too long. That's just rude. Oh, there you are, raiders. It was both of my guys that attack, but just one of them. Probably not a good idea. Keep producing troops in my capital. You guys probably need more troops. That's good. This town keeps growing and is completely undefended. So let's change that. Alright, prepare to die, you spearmen. Okay, auto battle, you're not doing so well. Oh, these spearmen are actually very well trained. You know what, fine. Whatever. I don't feel like wasting the mana on you guys. You win. You win this one, Raiders. My huge army slowly advances, and actually that got one of those guys in my way, so I have to break up this army. Grumble. Oh, and now I create a bit of a traffic jam there. That's alright. Forward. Let's get some more sprites out there. Another marketplace, very good. And now to put out another farmer's market. Guess these guys can't build a farmer's market. Interesting. That is unfortunate for the gnolls. They have very high attack power. Good units. Probably could win with that many troops. But let's get some, let's wait one more turn and get some human units in there. Oh, right, 2 more turns, because now they'll have to move in. We can produce a little bit more food here. We're gonna have to divide up this force a bit. Yeah, you guys go over here. Oh, not quite enough space. There we go. Alright, let's invade. Your time has come, Freya. And it is also time for me to get a lot of webs cast upon me. Just cracks call their best tool. Fritz the Barbarian is kind of scary. Yeah, let's crack skull. Or we took the wall down, that's also useful. Well, let's just shoot Fritz then. How do you like that, Fritz? Seeing as you webbed all my cows, all I can do is shoot you from a distance. I think magical attacks have any inaccuracy or range penalties. However, I still felt the need to move forward with some of my sprites. Apparently these barbarians get around, because didn't I have a barbarian as well? I think my barbarian is good there this time. I'll have to double check. Hello, I am Fritz. Fritz the Barbarian. That's how it's sounded wrong. I am Fritz. Fritz the Barbarian. I'm making it sound more like Garland. Something like that. still under influence from web, which means they're not flying anymore. Which means we have to kill Fritz first. That's why they're not flapping their wings constantly. I didn't know web reduced us to ground units. Well. Stone gas... Or no, we don't... It's a gaze attack. I'm used to it being a stone gas that they breathe. Is how Gorgons attack, but not in this case. Anyways, cows that turn you to stone. Lizard cows that turn you to stone are still very scary, even if they aren't flying. Because apparently they can still run as fast as they can fly. Which is surprising. Alright, we killed Fritz. Fritz was the most threatening of the heroes to my Gorgons. Now the power of the Gorgon will go unchecked. Although Veronica and Tiberius are still scary as well. Oops, I didn't mean to end turn with that guy. He was in the way. The heroes probably aren't that scary, but if your Gorgons get wounded and lose figures, then you'll probably lose more of them, and I might end up losing the Gorgons altogether, and they're a very important part of my army, so I don't want to do that. I may have been able to do this with just one group of Gorgons. Yeah, apparently I was overestimating my opponents a lot. Well, that's probably a good thing. Die, Freya! Alright. Thank you for watching, everyone. This has been another good chapter of Master of Magic. And yes, good night.